No, I did not die. Thanks for asking. So I watched a lot of movies this fall. I kind of went into overdrive because I wanted to be able to hate the Oscars even more this year for the films they're going to snub. Nope. Some were amazing and some sucked aspect. Anyway, when I went to write the script for that fall recap video, I kind of had 14 movies to write reviews for. A task that I knew would result in a ridiculously long video that I didn't want to edit. So instead, I'm making this, which chances are will be an even bigger pain to edit, but whatever. I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special twice because, darn it, these idiots are just so friggin' lovable. Let's talk about it. So let's retrace our steps over the last rough few years for the MCU, and that means a speed round. Tony Stark died saving the universe. Steve Rogers went back in time and is now an old man and has a musical about him, which is what we want. Disney, just listen to the people. Black Widow is dead. Hawkeye has a sidekick apparently. Hulk has been kinda out of the picture. Same goes for Ant-Man for now. Thor was fat and then got buff and then had a bad movie. Black Panther is dead. Wanda and Vision have been kind of destroyed by WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. Stephen Strange is still kind of lame. Bucky and Sam are boring again. And out of the swarms of new characters, the most worthwhile and meaningful additions were Tobey and Andrew's Spider-Man. In this swirling mess of a franchise trying to justify its existence past its expiration date, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy, a group of characters that has seen massive changes throughout their films, yet still have their roots. We still find much more edgy jokes and darker themes, yet the biggest hearts. Peter Quill is still a very sarcastic and jokey, but has grown into a leader throughout the series. Rocket began as a lone wolf that didn't seem to care about anybody, not even Groot. He still is very tough and harsh, but has grown into a father figure for Groot. Drax really hasn't changed, but that doesn't matter much. Mantis has also changed, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Groot started as a big-hearted goober and now, what was I talking about it again? And with these amazing characters as a backbone, we add a dash of. Phase 4 has had 6 movies now, and of the 5 that I've seen, the franchise as a whole seems to have gotten absolutely nowhere. When you look back at even Phase 1, over the span of only 6 movies, we have the origins of 4 characters and the creation of the Avengers. Phase 2 introduces multiple new characters and teams, as well as things like the Infinity Stones, and continues many arcs of the characters. Phase 3 begins with the dynamics of the universe flipping on its head and most of the characters going into hiding. Then it continues introducing important characters like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man to conclude with the greatest event in cinematic history. And throughout these 22 movies, the stakes grow and grow and grow. But then we reach Endgame, and Marvel clearly has no idea where to go next. Half of the original characters are dead or otherwise unable to be of use, and it's coming off the back of the single most momentous event in cinematic history, and it still has to try to keep interest in the franchise alive. So they spend 2/3 of the phase setting up characters that won't be seen again until Phase 5, and the other third on sequels that have no effect on the franchise as a whole or don't let us feel the impact of these changes. And even where new concepts are revealed, it doesn't get built upon and leaves it as one of the many open plot lines that will probably been dropped. And all of that sounds like a certain other superhero franchise. And here we have James Gunn, who kind of seems to know this. So he pulls right out of the gate an extremely big change in dynamics for the Guardians. Mantis is Peter's sister. And it's not like this doesn't make sense. We first meet Mantis when she's being Ego's servant, and he is an immortal god being thing, so there's no reason he couldn't have had her or made her or something. Now, instead of being a more off to the side character like Nebula or Drax, she'll probably be one of the most central characters with likely a lot more plot relevance than in the previous films. And with that said, we get to... We open with this little animated segment explaining how Yondu ruined Christmas for Peter when he was a wee lad. Then we switch to the present day, and we get to see the Guardians trying to clean up Nowhere. A space rock band calls Peter over and plays the new greatest Christmas song of all time as the opening credits roll. After breaking their elbows, the song is over and we swing up to Drax and Mantis watching from the balcony. After an argument over snacks, Mantis reminds Drax about how she told him she and Peter were siblings. Mantis decides to be a nice sibling and give Peter a good Christmas. Her plan is, I kid you not, to kidnap Kevin Bacon and give him to Peter as a present. James Gunn never changed. So Drax and Mantis go to Earth to find the
legendary Kevin Bacon
and end up going down the street and making a lot of money taking pictures that they immediately blow on booze. Then they steal a map to Kevin Bacon's house to go over and break in. Mantis brainwashes him into wanting to come with them, and after a run in with the Popo, they steal an entire store's worth of Christmas decorations and skedaddle. They take him back, stuff him in a box, and decorate the streets of nowhere for Christmas to surprise Peter. They give him to Peter, who responds with,
"This isn't a Christmas gift. This is human trafficking."
Kevin Bacon tries to run away, but after a heart-to-heart with Kraglin, he decides to stay. They have a fun little Christmas, and Kevin Bacon sings a really weird song. It ends with another animated segment showing that Yondu actually got Peter a Christmas present after he destroyed Christmas. Just like always, jokes are definitely for an older audience, but there's only one distinct joke I remember being just haha violence, and it was hilarious, so who cares? And with everything I've already said on the table, we reach the most important thing. Despite their irreverence and somewhat brutish nature, the Guardians have always been an emotional group of characters. These films have had some of the best moments in the history of the MCU, and some of the most memorable ones. This film is no different. Yes, it might be a bit rushed, but it feels so real. Makes you smile when Peter first walks into town to see all the hundreds and hundreds of lights set up all over. Makes you smile to see Mantis finally tell Peter they're siblings and him being extremely happy. It makes you smile to see Groot get a Game Boy for Christmas. And you know what I personally think hit me so hard? How much simpler this was than any of their adventures. There was no intergalactic threat, there was no giant monster, and there was no evil long lost dad. All they did was give a friend a Merry Christmas. And it feels like two things to me. First, it feels like a relief. After experiencing this universe ending threat and losing so much, they finally get a chance to take a breather, have fun, party. Yet at the same time, I feel like it's the calm before the storm. I have seen the trailer for Volume 3. It's one of the most traumatic trailers I have seen for a Marvel film in a long time. It won't be a cakewalk. It won't be another goofy adventure. This will be a powerful and emotional ride. This is the finale of this saga, and one last go for these characters. And I can't wait to see how it turns out. Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope you're having a fun time with that. Uh, just a little update on things that are happening. So I've started uploading YouTube shorts. Maybe you've seen them. They've been way more popular than any of the other things I usually post. And they usually are more having to do with music than movies. But, I might do a little bit of like clipping things and putting them on there. Then another thing is I'm currently doing, just for fun, just because I thought maybe you'll enjoy it, I went through all of my videos for this year, for 2022, including this one you're listening right now. I have cut out like all of the funniest parts and put them in an out of context reel, and it's probably going to be like 15 minutes long. Just out of context moments for my videos. It'll be pretty funny, I hope. Sometime, probably beginning of January, I will start working on a top 10 of the year list. My plan is to watch my current top 15 on Letterboxd. You can go check that out. I do have a list with all of the 2022 movies I've watched on here. So, top 15 currently, or at least, when it's like January 1st, I'm going to watch all 15 of those. And after that, I'm going to make that ranking. And it's going to be cool. So make sure you are keeping an eye out. Check out some of my YouTube shorts. I'm making them way more frequently than I'm making other things. So I hope you're having a wonderful holiday, and I will see you probably January.